What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Channel 5 game. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Shit, leave a comment, man. I really need y'all to spam my fucking like and my fucking comment button so we can get recommended on the top page, man. Come on, 5 game. Y'all got to get with it, man. This for y'all, bro. I'm doing this shit for y'all, man. Real shit. But look, though, I got a fresh cut. Fresh chain, fresh shirt, you know, back with another lit-ass video, man. I really don't know what the fuck to do today. I ain't gonna lie, honestly, I really don't know what to do. I be so motherfucking bored, man. I know I said that in a lot of my videos, but I really like be bored. I don't really be having shit to do. I honestly used to go everywhere. I used to be the nigga you catch anywhere and everywhere. I swear, it wasn't too many places you ain't catch me at. But I had slowed down on all that shit a while ago. I'm 24. I stopped going out and shit when I was like, I stopped going out like every fucking weekend when I was like, my freshman year of college, I was like 18, 19, you heard me. Ever since then, I just been cool, you heard me. Might catch me slide through every now and then, dip a little bit. When I do go out, though, I show my ass, so you know I'm in that bitch. I'm flexing in that bitch, doing my shit. Ain't worry about nothing. But, yeah, man, I don't do all that club and shit no more, man. I don't go out no more. I had bad experiences. Every time I used to go out, like, I used to go, like, back in the G, used to be, like, a lot of house parties. They don't got that shit no more. I know y'all know them house parties. I'm talking about like flight team, fly team, cut up committee, humpaholics, fucking infamous. It was a lot of fucking party promoters, man. That shit used to be lit, man. I'm talking about them parties used to be dumb. It went from house parties to building parties. Actually, I like the house party situation better. It just, I don't know, it just gave that high school vibe. Like when you in school and shit like that, or you around your dog, it just give you that vibe, you know. But my first strike one, why I stopped going to parties, you heard me, back in 2014, my senior year in high school. I keep in mind, I grew up in the hood, you heard me. I grew up around all that, you know, all the rough, rugged shit, all the dumb shit. But until that point, I had never seen nobody get killed, or let alone shot, anything really. But shit, I was at that bitch. Went to a party in 2014. Matter of fact, I went to it was Fredo Bang party. It was Fredo Bang party. He wasn't really popping like that, but he was popping in the city. He wasn't popping like he popping now. But he had a party for his birthday. I was saying, yeah, he went to Baker. I went to Capitol, but you know, he just had got a building in Baker and ran that bitch out to a big ass party. Like, all right, when we got there, my cousin wasn't really fucking with it. He said it was too many kids. Keep in mind, this nigga, at the time, I was like 17. Cousin was 18 already. So, this nigga up there like, man, I got a bunch of kids here, man. Everybody over here, young as a bitch, they 16, 17 years old. I'm looking at him like, I feel what you're saying, Dick, but you ain't too much older, and they around my age, so I could be here, you heard me? Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know, my cousin, he just always been like that, though, but he really wanted to leave until he saw some chicks he knew that was around his age come walking like a group on, so he like, fuck, I'm staying. You heard me? Now, my other cousin, you heard me, he on a promotion team that was throwing a party, so he got us in that bitch free, you heard me? He in that bitch jigging, doing his little, got him by the shirt, he going dumb. I'm talking about stupid in that bitch. That boy going dumb all night. Now, we was at that bitch for like a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like, we was at that bitch a good little minute, like a good ass little minute, and that bitch was jumping, like that bitch was dumb. And I heard more people was actually on the way, and that's crazy, because that bitch was already, it looked like it couldn't get no more packer. That bitch was packed. That bitch was dumb. Now, the whole time the party going on, they got a nigga in that bitch, you heard me? He around that bitch sneaking niggas, man. I'm talking about my little cousins. He thugging now, but back then he wasn't really thugging. He was trying to thug. He was in that bitch, so we knew he was in that bitch. We just didn't see him. He was so many people, lights was off, shit. We just ain't know we just knew last place we saw him was over there. So when shit got to happening, some shit happened like over there, and nigga was like, damn, man, what the fuck, cuz? I hope he ain't know nothing happened to him. Then next thing you know, we see a nigga that he knew and he came that bitch with, get his ass slept. I'm talking about, that man had to be carried up out that bitch. Like, he was on the ground asleep. They cut the lights on. Nobody touched. Nobody did nothing with him. Everybody was just like, just looking. My other cousin, he was like, man, this nigga sleep. You ain't gonna do nothing. So security came that bitch, picked him up, put him on his shoulder, and walked him out. Rest in peace, dude. He ended up dying. Not that night, but he ended up dying on some whole other shit, like, I think like a couple years later. So, carry him out. a whole motherfucking crowd of people. Like, I'm talking about damn near half the party left out that bitch. They left out that motherfucker. And then about 15 minutes later, all the people came right back in. Now, when they came back in that time, I guess that's when the little dude that did everything came in too. When he came in that bitch with you heard. But all I know is after they came in, about a good 20 minutes later, they cut the lights off again. It got back jumping. I see my cousin in the middle of the dance floor. He, like I say, he hit this 1-2. He getting it. I'm talking about kidding that nigga. He doing a little jumping shit over the Running Man shit. Boom. Me and my other cousin, we standing next to each other. I look to the right. All I see is like 4 flashes and heard pow, 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 pow. Like quick shit. Like some real quick shit. So, you know, my cousin first instinct, that nigga hit the deck. He hit the deck. And like when it happened, I froze. Like I never been in that moment. Honestly, I lied. I've been in that situation. I was in that situation like a few months ago. I'm gonna get to that story next. Fuck all that. But look, like when the shit happened, it kind of stunned me. It kind of shocked me because I wasn't expecting that kind of shit to go on inside a party. That shit, you know, I never experienced that shit inside a party. It fights, that's normal. But nigga up in that bitch, nah, that ain't normal. So like when it happened, I ain't really freeze. It just my mind was like processing it. But it processed it quick. My cousin already hit the deck. When I realized what the fuck happened, like on like a second later, I done struck to that back door they had over there. The back door was fucking boarded up on the outside. We didn't know. Man, about me and like 4 other niggas like ran clean to that bit, bombers that bit. Or boom. Ain't nothing move. I'm talking about. Man, after that, I just got the pulling girls in from. I got to pulling everybody. I'm humming that bit like, oh shit, you know, the shots been stopped. But you know how it be though. You don't know what the fuck going on. So yeah, so like lights cut on, boom. I look up, I see blood splattered. Now me, I'm still processing everything. I'm like, man, we in a movie. I'm kind of like in slow motion. I see a little girl on the ground. She laying there. She bloodied up. I look over here. I see 2 niggas on the ground. They bloodied up from the head. And I look on the stage. They got a nigga. They checking on him. He shot a couple times. This nigga shot 4 times and hit 4 heads, bro. He hit 3 heads and hit one nigga with 2 bullets or 3 bullets. I heard. I don't know this. I don't know, but. I know, man. I know I could have lost my life that night. That's the only thing I do know for sure about that night. But that shit was crazy, man. I'm like, damn. Like when I looked up, I'm like, damn. When I saw the blood, I'm like, man, fuck my cousin. All I remember was he hit the deck, you know. So I'm thinking, you know, damn, the nigga got shot. So I'm walking around looking for him. I look behind it's like a little counter thing. I look behind that bitch. He behind that bitch on the book cool people. He like I was on that side though. I'm like, well, shit, bitch, come on, let's go. I'm like, what cuz at, man? Cuz had got his shit and left out that bitch quick. I'm like, damn, we walk outside. He about to run through the little lake nigga had. Man, I'm like, damn, nah, bitch, come on, let's go. We hop on the truck, we gone. We done dipped out left. Let me tell you that this shit was so crazy. Me and one of my cousins got hard up, got into it, like, on the road. We stopped the car in the middle of the road, parked that bitch, like, hard up, got into it, man. I'm talking about got into it hard, because he didn't see where my little cousin went. I'm like, I saw him. He was, you know, he hopped in the car with somebody else, and they drove off. I saw it. So he didn't see it, so he was tripping. We really got into it. That shit was crazy as a bitch. But that was like strike one, me not going to like parties and then shit no more. But, you know, you young, you don't listen to your first thought. But like I was saying, like, I'm backtrack, like, all right, that happened 2014 March. Let me backtrack 2013 November. You heard me? I was at the state fair they had out here. My other cousin, he was in a relationship with a chick. And we had ran into another chick he knew, and she wanted to fight his girl. So she asked him, was she done? She was like, yeah. She wanted to try to go fight her. Like, she went we following her to go find her girl so they could scratch. My cousin had to ducked off and went try to go warn his girl. But we ended up on like 2 different, like he ended up over there, we ended up over here. And we ended up running between a whole another fight with these 2 other dudes that I knew. And like when that shit, like, you know, you see fights all the time, BR. So you like, oh shit, they about to scuff, let them do their shit. Man, the fight was quick. It was about 3 licks total swung. Before another nigga that we ain't had nothing to do with the fight up that bitch, you heard me? And shit, it was that. Shit, that nigga, you know, he ended up getting killed that night. Now, that was my first time ever seeing somebody get shot and killed. First time ever, like, first time. But nah, fast forward, the March situation. All right, boom. Now, after the March situation, let's fast forward over that summer 2014. I still ain't learned my fucking lesson. I'm at another party now. It's like a phone party. That bitch was lit though. I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was dumb. They ain't even had no fights inside that bitch. That bitch was dumb. That bitch was by my house and everything. That's the only reason I went to it. So I'm in that bitch, you know, that bitch, you know, ooh. Now I knew they had people getting into it in that bitch. They put them out. They put them out. So now when everybody go outside to leave that bitch, you know, there's a bunch of people outside now. You see cars like on the road just riding back and forth like they had something to do with the party. Like they just like, you know, trying to block around the party. You just know when like cars like had something to do dealing with the party. So all you see is like a car come down the street, all you hear is the car just take off. My first instinct when I see anything like that, I'm getting covered because I watch too many movies. And so I hop behind the pole and I grab my cousin. All you hear is pow, 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 pow. Then we got the sending them bitches. You hear the bullets flying past your ear, hitting the glass. I'm like, damn. Strike two. See, I don't know nobody got hit that night though, but that was strike two for me. I'm like, man, I gotta stop fucking with this, man. Strike three. This strike three, you heard me? I'm at another party. Really ain't want to go to that bitch, you heard me? Really ain't want to go to that bitch. So I'm in that bitch. They had a few fights in that bitch, but it wasn't nothing major, you know, it wasn't nothing too major. Boom. Nigga get out that bitch. It's like, now nigga got the guns in the parking lot. Nigga slinging them bitches in the parking lot again. So it's like, and all this shit be close. Like, I'll be close to this shit. I'll be damn near like, if I just run out in the open like this, I'm hit type close. So all that shit just eye-opening to me. I'm like, man, I gotta start fucking with it, man. So I stopped fucking with them. I stopped going out. I stopped going out for a nice little minute, man. I like, fuck that shit, man. I'd rather my life. I ain't about to keep fucking with these people and get hit with somebody else's bullet that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, type shit like that. But, yeah, man, that shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. That's why I do not go out no more. That's why you never see me in nobody club. That's why I'm like, I'm the most lit, boring person you know. I'm lit as a bitch, but I'm boring. Like, I don't do shit. I don't go nowhere. I don't hang out with nobody like that. My circle done got so small. Like, over the years, and then, like, some people tell me I need to see therapy because the shit I done saw in my life. I don't really feel I need therapy. Like, the shit do, like, it don't fuck with me, but, like, I can sit there and remember everything I saw. Like, it was yesterday, you heard me? Yeah, man, it's just like people be on too much bullshit when you go out to the club, man. You can't never just go out and have fun, just have a good time, not worry about shit. That's why the only place you catch me out at is Houston. If I lived in Houston, I'd be out every weekend. Every weekend I'm in the club out there in Houston if I lived out there. Every fucking weekend. It'd be so fucking lit as a vibe. There don't be no bullshit in that bitch. There don't be no bullshit out that bitch, outside that bitch, after that bitch, you heard me? At least to my knowledge, I ain't seen no bullshit. And if it do be some bullshit, it probably don't be like no major shit. Like, because honestly, when I go out of town, I feel like can't nobody outdo Baton Rouge, you heard me? I don't care where I'm at. I don't care where I go. Y'all not gonna do nothing worse than what Baton Rouge done did or do. Houston, the only place I really go out. Like, I went out here a few times to the clubs, but another reason I don't go to the clubs, they still be on the dumb shit. For two, it's like the same people at that bitch, man. You don't see no new people. You don't see, you know, it don't be nobody new, and they ain't like you're going up there see a new face. You gonna see the same toe up ass hoes, flexing broke ass niggas. And the niggas ain't flexing broke, they just in that bitch every week just because, for no reason. Or if the hoes ain't tore up, they just in that bitch because every week for no reason, just being bougie, you know, trying to find a nigga or whatever. But that's all Baton Rouge good for when you go to a club. It's just like, just to stunt, really and truly, because that's all it's good for. You go in that bitch, all you gonna do is just be sitting there, standing around, just ain't doing shit, man. Ain't doing nothing, looking at the same people you seen last week. You might look at the same person you just was at work with all week, every week. Like, you seen them 5 days a week. Now you go to the club on Saturday, you see them again. Really go club Friday night, you see them there. You go club Saturday night, you see them there. If they got something Thursday, you gonna see them there too, because that's just how it be built out here. So you don't catch me in too many places. I don't really go nowhere. I'm lame, I'm boring as a bitch, and I love it that way, I swear. I love it, but I hate it, because, like, sometimes I be like, man, I need to go do some shit, man. I need to go do something. But that's why I don't be going out no more, though, man. That's just, you know. And I ain't gonna say I'm scared or I'm pussy, because, shit, if it come down, I gotta, you know, protect myself to survive. Bitch, I got a child out here. I do anything to see my son the next day, boy, you know. But I just don't put myself in them situations. I'm way smarter now. I move way smarter. I'm way older now. Like, it ain't, you know, when I was younger, it was like, fuck it. You know, I go out, something happen, it happen. But now it's like, you think now. But, yeah, that's what I'm about no more, man. I might start back going out. I might start back doing a little 1-2, man. But it depends. It's what, you know, it's really who I be with. Because I don't hang with nobody no more either. I really don't hang with people like that, like talking about. I swear, like, man, people hit me up. I ignore it on purpose. And not to be no pussy shit, no, I don't fuck with them type shit. Just I don't like. I like being with myself sometimes. Like I just love being with myself sometimes. Like ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, I be by myself, cool, and like you just get a peace of mind. Really sit there and think, process everything. Like really find yourself. I swear. Like these past this whole 2020, I'm excited. I found myself in 2020. Like I know just what I'm about to be doing the rest of my life. Like I know just how my life about to be going, and I'm in control of that shit. You heard me? Go keep it. Gonna stay like that. But that's why I don't go to no fucking clubs or no fucking parties or do none of that shit. So you been wondering that shit. That's why I don't do nothing. If you wonder why I be on this bitch saying I be bored and shit like that, cause I don't fucking do nothing, man. I might start back. I don't know. It depends, man. It depends how to get out here. You heard me? But hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button so we can get recommended. Like I said, man, we gotta get on the top page, man, so everybody can see these videos and really rock with 5 game, man. It's up, man. We gotta do it for 5, man. You heard me? Ring that bell so you won't miss none of the fucking action. And leave some comments, man. Let me know what y'all want to see, man. Y'all don't be letting me know nothing. Like y'all boring on the cool. Like I got 14K on the ground, man. Y'all don't be showing no love. That make me feel like my shit fake or some shit. Like man, like I got catfish followers, man. But I'm out.